You know, being a black man, we have some of the most stupidest reasons in putting these standards on our women when we, as black men, don't really have any standards for ourselves. Say, for example, if a black woman cheats on you, you just gonna go get another one. Now, what if this same black man cheated on his black woman? How is she supposed to feel? What is she gonna do? As black men, we have not built no infrastructures or produced anything. One of the reasons is why you see more influx in black females going to the other side or expanding their options, as they call it. Just as you see many black men who expanding their options. Well, hell, they've been doing this since the days on the plantation. So this is nothing new for most black men. But you cannot get upset at black females who expand their options when, as black men, we've been expanding our options. This is like a double standard and a hypocrisy. As black men, we are supposed to be the producers, the protectors, and builders of infrastructure and to change the culture so that way our women don't go to other races of men. And yet we have failed in that. And we want to keep making up excuses. Instead of creating solutions, we want to complain. Say, for example, you have some black women who are on welfare because she's a single mother. First of all, who caused her to be a single mother? That notorious black male who told her he was going to marry her, who loved her, and she laid up with him, got pregnant, and he left her. Now, I'm not saying this is true for all black males, but it's a lot of them that do it nowadays. That's why you see us as the face of baby mama, baby daddy culture, which is bullshit, because we was never like this. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. You cannot be upset at black females going on welfare and the government taking care of their children when you yourself as a black man who helped create that single mother, help her create that child, and you complaining about her being on welfare. There's a simple solution. Get a job, get a house, and get her off of welfare and take care of your responsibilities. Not just thinking of yourself. Because many of us are selfish to a degree. Let's just keep it 100. We want to blame black women for all our problems, where in truth, we are actually the problem because many of us are feminized. Many of us don't want to stand up as black men. But we want to say that we're powerful, black power. We want to say all these things to inspire us to be strong. And yet, we have nothing in regards to infrastructure, industry, production, or job creation. So, what are we doing? Are we going to sit up here online complaining about black women this, black women that? And let's not forget, black children are suffering because of this stupidity. Let us not forget that. We need to start setting standards for ourselves as black men. Not just point the finger at the black woman saying it's her fault. There's nothing wrong with a sister going out here getting an education. It's how she uses it. You have many black men out here who are very well educated, and yet they out here dating white women, Latino women, Mexican women, Asian women. So you don't think the black woman's going to feel some type of way about that? The same way you got black men who feel some type of way about a black woman expanding her options. All in the meanwhile, all of this is going on while we at each other's faces about expanding our options. The white man is winning it all. Instead of us using our brains other than other than hat racks and weave hats. We need to be working on building our own economy, building our own infrastructure, being our own producers, keeping the money among our people only. We are steady giving our money to Koreans and Arabs and Mexicans instead of spending it among each other. Until we are doing that, we are no more than your modern day slave. It's just that simple. We steady working for white people. Because you got a CEO job, you don't own that company. The white man does. So many of you so-called high-value brothers, you still working for the white man. So how high value is that when you working for somebody else? Because you got on flashy clothes and gold rings and necklaces and all that. That don't mean nothing. Those are just materials, and those are just slave trinkets. A real high value man produces and owns, not working for someone else, and not blaming his woman for all his problems. Because may I remind you, if it wasn't for the black woman, your black ass wouldn't even be here. So if anybody you need to question that black male who you call your father as to why he left your mother, a single mother, and left her to raise you by herself. Because it is not her fault that she's in that position. It's his fault. She believed him when he said he loved her. And she bared his child. She did the best that she can. You gotta start learning how to respect your black woman. We already being canceled out. Many of you don't even realize that. You're too busy still pointing the finger at her. Now I know this video is not going to reach many people, and that's perfectly fine. But I just want to do my part in showing that it's not the black woman's fault as to why many black men are in the position that they're in. The reason why so many black men are in the position that they're in because most of us are lazy and we want to blame everybody and not take responsibility or accountability for what we need to do as black men. It's that simple. We want to talk about we strong, we from this, we have an ancient history. And yet we are shitted on our ancient history by doing all these ignorant, stupid things. No other race in the world does this but us. You don't see the white man blaming his woman. You don't see the Asian man blaming his woman. You don't see the Latinos blaming his woman. You don't see the Arabs blaming his woman. It's just us doing it. All meanwhile, all these other races is building, we steady pointing the finger at each other. We haven't even made it to first base yet. We still at home plate. And at the rate we're going to lose. Come on, my brothers, man. We got to start taking accountability, man. I know there's some of you out there that do and doing the very best that you can. And much respect to you. But the majority of you weak-minded. You don't have nothing better to do to sit up and make videos blaming black women and making excuses for your unaccountability of the actions that you take. It's nonsense. Man, I'm done.